What defines a coin? Is it the denomination? Well, not always. I'll explain why and how everything you see here is a coin in this video as we explore. That's right. Everything you see here is a coin. And you may be thinking, well, the pieces that you see in front of you, that's a no-brainer. But in reality, there is some caveats we're going to talk about in this video about what constitutes a coin. It's actually fairly simple. But first, let's talk about what a silver round is. A silver round is indeed a piece of silver that is round. Yes, it's really as simple as that. This is a silver round, although it looks much more like a coin than the pieces you see behind you here. But this is a silver round. It's a privately issued piece, and that is one of the key things that defines what a round is. And by the way, that's opposed to a medal. A medal, M-E-D-A-L, is something that's generally, although not always, produced by a governing body or an institution associated with a governing body or contracted from a governing body or institution. So in other words, you see military medals that are produced by private mints. There are that type of situation. Of course, there are some private mints who make actual coins for governments too. So there is a little bit of a crossover here. But let's first talk about the idea of a coin. Now, a coin, when we think of coins, we automatically think that which is round. It's what we've been used to for literally thousands of years, as is the case here with this piece. This is a American Silver Eagle. It is a coin, although you would be foolish to spend it for the face value of $1. So this is a classic example. There's no argument that this is a coin by any stretch and definition, even though it is not used for transactions and should not be used as transactions based off of the denomination, which is $1. It's currently worth about 38 times that right now. But nonetheless, that's a coin. But what about this? This is produced by the Mexican government, the Mexican Mint, but I don't see a denomination on it anywhere, do you? I don't know. I see that it is 1 ounce of plata pura, which means it's 1 ounce of fine silver in Spanish, by the Mexican Mint. There's a mint mark there. And on the reverse, it just has the nation of issue in this seal in various different forms. It's United States of Mexico. And that's it. In other words, it is just what it is. It is 1 ounce of silver. Silver is the money. Silver is the denomination. And of course, one can make the argument that that would be very well the same. The case can be made for a silver round. The silver round is the money of silver, which is recognized by the Constitution, Article 1, Section 10, but also recognized a world round for being money for thousands of years. And in terms of what the markets think of silver, well, right now the markets believe silver's worth $38 US. So why isn't this money then if it doesn't have a denomination? Well, it's not been codified as such by the legislatures of any nation. Yea, though, the Mexican Libertad, since its inception in 1982 in its silver form here, has been recognized by the legislature in the Mexican parliament as a coin and as money. So it has the blessing of the government itself, so that alone makes it money. More than likely, following the example of South Africa, which created the first bullion coin in the 1 ounce size of any metal in the entire planet back in 1967 with the Krugerrand. That is money. And so that is the rand, and that is the what is known as the Krugerrand. And so, yes, so that is what makes a coin. So this is why these are coins, but it doesn't have a denomination on it. What about these things in the back here? Yes, this is a special kind of silver. It doesn't look like it, but these are really, really cool collectible pieces that are actually, believe it or not, these are coins. This is gonzo, serialized as such, and as you can see, there's the seal of the nation of issue. $2, 1 ounce, 3/9 pure silver, licensed by Disney. This is gonzo from the Republic of Niue, the island nation in the Pacific. Yes, indeed, there's the seal from the nation of issue, the issuing nation. And this is a very, very cool piece produced by Agoro. And this is pretty amazing. And this is gonzo, very, very well crafted. It comes with a form-fitting capsule. And just a beautiful piece of silver indeed. And it really is one way to be able to accumulate silver here. 3/9 fine silver, 1 ounce coin. It's just oddly shaped. But indeed, it is a coin, serialized and collectible. That is available right now at Summit Metals. So is this piece. Look at that. This is the from Lilo and Stitch. Very, very cool indeed. And so if you're familiar with that cartoon, we can see that this indeed is as well a 1 ounce, 3/9 pure silver piece from the year 2025. Serialized as well. This particular piece here is very, very cool. From the public seal of Niue. You can see that one a little bit better. Just amazing detail and craftsmanship even on the reverse side of this piece. Very, very cool indeed. So no matter the shape, if it's got a nation of issue and a denomination, that makes it a coin. Now let's take a look at the piece in the back. An actual comic strip as a coin. Believe it or not, that is the case here. Look at that. Happy first birthday, Garfield. Make a wish and blow out the candle. That's right. You know, Garfield was a great comic from the comic strips, and there it is. Foof. Yes, indeed. Oh, gee, that's too bad. Not really. I got my wish. There you go. All right. Jim Davis. By the way, these things are very expertly colorized as well, too. Let's see what the detail is on this. Vintage Garfield from 1978, you can see there. And to know me is to love me. He's selfish, sarcastic, lazy, yet surprisingly endearing. He's Garfield. And it's $2, 1 ounce, 3/9 pure silver from 2025, all rights reserved. $2 from, you guessed it, the island of Niue, the island nation of Niue. So this is produced by the New Zealand Mint under the name Agoro. And you maybe saw in my previous video where I posted all of these pieces. You can see that it comes in nice, handsome packaging. Here's an example of the packaging that comes with the Stitch piece. Very, very nice sleeves and everything. And it is the beautifully done, nicely crafted. This little book here, licensed by Disney and Agoro. And this is a product of the New Zealand Mint. Fits right in there. Very expertly crafted. Fits right in there like that, and has a little display case. So you can, if you wanted to display this, you could. Has some protective plastic over it too that can be removed. That's just to help protect it during shipping. But this is a very, very cool indeed. A 1 ounce collectible coin. Surfs up for this one here. The next one is from the Muppets. And you can see the same thing here from Gonzo, the 1 ounce silver collectible coin. They have various different styles of this stuff. Readily available right now on Summit Metals website. Summit Metals being the channel sponsor, who sent these to me for review. I'm going to be sending them back though. But Summit Metals, so check them out. A great company. They're expanding their selection into some collectible coins. I'm offering some really, really cool stuff, and this Gonzo piece is really cool. Love the design of this. I think the best. Look, there's a funny picture of Gonzo on the back of that. And then finally, we've got the Garfield piece. And this one is not a booklet, but it slides out here as such here. And then we can just lay the piece right down in there. If we want to pull it back out, you just press there. Then it slides right back in there, and boom. Right there it is. Really, really cool. Nicely done. So there it is. And really, the box, it provides pretty much a certificate of authenticity for most of these pieces here. Agoro, collectible made precious metals. It's just amazing to see this type of thing here. So let me know what your thoughts are about coins. A lot of different selections, a lot of different styles. It's not just the boring old round stuff anymore. Coins have come a long way in precious metals. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and educational, and maybe slightly entertaining. With that, I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to each and every one of you for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.